The reason why we're making contact, some lady came out to report that you've been sitting out here for over 4 hours.
Okay.
And we're just trying to find out what the deal is, what's going on.
I'm sitting here minding my business, not doing anything.
You got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that. He said he would pull me out of the car. You see what?
No, I exactly said.
You see what happens?
To give you the chance to leave.
You see what?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
With the Millsboro Police Department. The reason why we're making contact, some lady came out to report that you've been sitting out here for over 4 hours.
Okay.
And we're just trying to find out what the deal is, what's going on.
I'm sitting here minding my business, not doing anything.
You got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that just because of a call. Brownsville, Texas.
You told her that you're correct?
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Okay. Do you have any credentials?
Yeah, but I don't want to provide that right now.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because it's optional, and I just don't want to provide it right now.
What's that?
Because it's optional.
If you have to provide credentials to what you're going on, and you have to report it to the dispatch center that you're out here.
No, but I didn't tell you that I told her I was. I'm not telling you that I'm one.
Well, this is private property, you know.
What is private property?
What is private property?
This roadway here?
This road is private property.
How is this road private property?
Because it is. It's a development. It's run by the HOA.
Where's the signs that says private property? There's no signs that says trespassing there. There's a public street. And there's no signs that says private parking there. Or private property. Absolutely no signs. There's none.
There actually is, probably out in the main entrance.
Where?
So I actually know where the HOA person lives.
Well, over there is probably private property, but not here.
This is a private property road.
This is not a private property road. This
is
accessible from the public. That's a public street there.
It might be accessed from the public, but this is private property.
Well, no one asked me.
This is an HOA-run development.
No one asked me to leave. Hey, can I have your name, please?
It's Officer Shockley.
Officer Shockley and Officer Bullock.
Oh, can I get a badge number?
1098.
Can I get a badge number?
1082.
1082, okay. Yeah. So even if it's private property, the owner has to ask me to leave, and this is a public street. Okay. I already did a GIS survey. I already did it.
Investigator. We can also remain out here until you're completed your investigation. So
it's a free country. I mean,
you're right.
Of course. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna.
What she's worried about, she has a child that's out here, and people abduct kids.
But did she accuse me
about that?
Did she accuse me of abducting anyone?
No, but she's worried about it. It's a safety.
I'm worried about a lot of things too, but I don't be calling the cops on people for every little issue. If there's no crime, unless there's a crime, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Well, your tag doesn't come back to anything, so I'm going to be running everything else.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you investigating?
Huh?
What are you investigating? Okay.
Yeah, okay. But I just don't like to identify just because someone calls. You understand that? I just don't like to identify just because someone called. Brownsville, Texas State, absent RAS. There's no probable cause for you guys to get my information. And that's the reason why I don't want to call. I know he's gonna probably want some retribution because I know my rights. But I'm not asking that lady to identify. I gave her a courtesy of telling her what I'm doing here when she approached me, and I thought that was the end of it, but apparently not.
A man sat quietly in his car on what he knew was a public street doing nothing illegal when police approached after a neighbor reported him simply for being there too long. Calm and composite made it clear he wasn't required to identify himself without a crime, and fear alone wasn't enough to override constitutional rights as officers pressed questioned property lines and hinted at safety concerns. A situation exposed a familiar truth: being uncomfortable doesn't equal probable cause in the end. No law had been broken, no authority had been exceeded, and the moment served as a sharp reminder that knowing your rights and standing on them respectfully can stop an encounter from going any further.
I didn't have to. I could have stayed silent and not say a single word. Right? And it's my right not to identify.
Why she's concerned.
I have a lot of concerns too, but if I'm not breaking the law, right? Should I identify? Should I just give up my Fourth Amendment rights?
Well, no one's asked you for your information.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
That officer did.
Well, you don't have to give it to him.
I know, but you heard what he said just now.
What?
I have your tags. I'm going to run the information. I'm going to run everything. Just because I invoked my rights. You think that's fair? I'm not doing anything
you're
wrong.
On a public street.
Yeah. A lot of people park in the public street. That car is parked in the public street.
So, you're right. It's a public roadway. So you can park here. We're more concerned about what's going on.
Yeah, but I dispelled your fears. I said
you're right. Okay.
what I'm doing. You guys have the tags, so no, you know, right? And not a single person reported a crime. They're just a suspicious car. Suspicion is not a felony or a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's why we made contact with you.
Exactly. And I'm talking to you, right? I didn't have to say a word. I could have just stayed silent the entire time, but I'm not that type of rude person who just doesn't say anything. We're all humans, right? So I prefer to just communicate a little bit, but I'm not gonna give up my rights just because of her fears. At no point in time did I trespass on anyone's property. I stayed in my car. This is the safest place I can be.
Yeah, and I told you why we made contact with you.
I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you.
So,
yeah, but
do you have any questions?
yeah, am I gonna be is there gonna be some sort of retribution just because I invoked my rights by this guy here? I understand. You sound reasonable. You sound like a professional, honestly. There are not too many cops who are professional like you and level-headed.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're right. It seems like you know your laws.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of all though, yeah.
But no, we're good to go as long as you don't have any more questions.
Yeah, and you can be very fair. I'm not disrespectful to either of you. I just want to invoke my rights and be left alone because I will try to tell people, okay? If in my neighborhood someone parks a car, they're there for several hours, of course I'd be concerned, right?
Yeah.
But what I would do is just document their license plate number, take a picture of the car, but I'm not going to call the cops on someone for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, if I see them trying to sneak into someone's property, well, that's a different story, right? But someone just sitting in their cars, you know, I got to understand their fears can't trump people's rights, you know, to just be here on a public street.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I wouldn't do that to your son. I mean, I'm just assuming you have a son or whatever.
The encounter dragged on it because of a crime, but because one man refused to surrender his rights out of fear or convenience, he calmly explained that a phone call doesn't create probable cause and being parked on a public street doesn't require identification. He chose to speak out of courtesy, not obligation, reminding officers that silence itself is a protected right as concerns were voiced and suspicions admitted the truth. Surface nothing illegal had happened, no trespass, no threat, just discomfort in the end. Professionalism prevailed, tension faded, and the message landed clearly. Rights don't disappear because someone feels uneasy, and invoking them respectfully is not a crime.
No matter what color they are, I wouldn't do it. And maybe that's something that people need to be aware of, you know?
Yeah. But you got to understand the day and time we're in.
Listen, it's always been danger from way back then to now. We're in the safest times we've ever been in right now with the level of security that we have. Okay,
Yeah.
Things were worse back then. We have a lot of security. There are cameras everywhere. The minute you call a cop,
That
they're here.
doesn't mean things don't happen.
No, things do happen. Don't get me wrong. But nothing is happening here, right? And things happen everywhere, so we can't be calling you guys for every single little thing. Imagine if everyone did that. You guys would be stretched thin, right? From one call to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Imagine that. We gotta be rational and think about when we call the cops, man, instead of wasting resources like this. Say, ma'am, hey, do you have the license plate number? We have the tags, and we'll send an officer just to drive by and observe. And I think that's how it should be.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I hope you agree and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I hear you. But I'm gonna get out of here. Okay.
I appreciate you, man. All right, do you have a car? Can I get a incident, the CAD number? I want to request that 911 call and hear exactly what that person said.
So they came to our police department.
Oh, they actually came all the way there?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, the incident number then, so I can...
Let me go get it for him.
Thank you.
Hey, buddy. This is a lot of attention in front of my house. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just wondering why all this attention in front of my house. I don't feel...
I gave you the courtesy by telling you what I was doing here to dispel any fears, and yet you still went and called the cops on me. You just said you went there. You're the only person who I told what I was doing, so it is you.
No, I told my neighbors that that's why you were here, because we've all talked.
And I'm not doing anything illegal. And I didn't even have to tell you what I was doing. I could have stayed quiet, left my windows up, and not said a word to you. But I chose to be respectful to you because I saw you had a kid. Let you know why I was here. But still, they called the cops on me. This is the reason why I never tell anyone what I'm doing.
I can't speak for what other people do. I wasn't even home. I left and I'm here, and then I got 2 cop cars in front of my house.
Domino effect. You told someone and someone went and reported me. So
that's what a neighborhood does. We take care of each other.
well, you can still hear he's here for a good reason. At least that's what he said. Let's just take a picture of his car.
We got little girls, we got kids. And
The conversation turned into a lesson on fear versus faxes. He calmly explained that danger has always existed, yet this moment involved no crime at all. He pointed out how calling police for harmless situations only drains resources, urging reason over panic even after showing courtesy and transparency. The response spiraled into a neighborhood domino effect, proving exactly why silence is often safer than explanation, as officers clarified the limits of their authority and the lack of signage or trespass. The tension finally cracked. No crime, no lawful detention, just assumptions. The encounter ended with an uneasy truth. Rights still matter, courtesy can be punished, and fear, when left unchecked, can turn ordinary moments into unnecessary confrontations.
I got kids in my neighborhood, so I don't call the cops on people who park there. And you know what I do? I take note of the car, take a picture and document the license plate number, and watch.
yeah.
There's no crime until there's a crime.
So what you'll need to do, and here's the problem. This is a private roadway, but the only thing is what he's saying. If the HOA has signs up saying that it's private property,
Yeah.
or soliciting, actually, if we had that up there and signs were on there, we could actually pull them out of the car and lock them up from the truck.
They can't do that. You'd have to give me the opportunity to leave.
We don't have the signs up there. There's nothing that we can do to take action right now.
Mom, let me tell you how trespassing works. You'd have to give me the opportunity to leave, okay?
Exactly.
And he said he would pull me out of the car. You see what?
No, I exactly said.
You see what happens?
We would have to give you the chance to leave.
You see what happened? No, he didn't. What was his words exactly? You could have pulled him out of the car.
Let me.
But I'm just saying, you see
I'm sorry.
why you
We
don't
would have
call
to let
cops?
you know and find out what's
Because
going on and why you
ignorance
do
is
it.
bliss, and people like this cause harm to innocent people like me who are doing nothing wrong by pulling me out. And I will sue their department from now till to the end of time, okay? Especially
Sir,
him.
I misstated the term, okay? What I said, we would make contact with you, okay? And then if you refused to leave, then we would take action.
That is the correct procedure right there, not yank me out of the car.
I'm sorry.
All right, there's a proper procedure. I'm very well aware of all the procedures, okay? So that's why certain things can't fly by me. I know my rights.
Yeah, I just want my daughter to come outside and feel safe in our front yard. That's all I'm asking of you right now. That's the only thing I'm asking, is for her to be, this is where they play. There's all this street here. I'm just, will you please, with all the courtesy, just move there and you can.
And then what? Have that neighbor call? When I'm right down here, you were aware of what I'm doing?
But nobody's outside over there.
What difference would it make if I park on the other side of the street, opposite your house? How does that make you feel safer? Can you just explain that to me?
My kid doesn't want to come out. I talked to her about stuff, and it's just.
Mom, please teach your daughter the law and people's rights and tell them I'm not here to cause them any harm, okay?
It's not.
I didn't even want to.
We don't know that.
Saying you
we don't know who you are.
You know,
I don't know who she is.
But
what if she has a body in her basement right now? Do you know that?
No.
Okay, I don't know that.
Listen to me as a mom. You see, you're.
I'm a father, okay?
Well then, or as a father, listen to me as a mom speak. I'm a mom, is what I'm saying. I know what you are.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, my child.
The moment spiraled when fear replaced facts and words were twisted into threats that were never lawfully on the table. He pushed back, calmly exposing how ignorance, not danger, creates harm for innocent people doing nothing wrong. Procedures mattered, rights mattered, and emotions didn't rewrite the Constitution. As a parent-to-parent conversation unfolded, it became clear this was never about safety but discomfort with the unfamiliar. A man sitting in a car became a symbol of imagined danger despite police confirming no crime had occurred. In the end, logic collapsed under fear. Courtesy was punished, and the real lesson stood exposed. Freedom doesn't vanish because someone feels uneasy, and rights don't require permission to exist.
Came home, and she's got 2 police cars. She's asking me who the car is. She heard me ask you who you were. You said who you were. I've got neighbors calling me, asking me who's that in front of your house. So they think it's me. And I calm them by saying what it was. Well, nobody wants the girls to come outside and play because of all the wrong in the world. Not saying that you're doing it, but we'd be dumb if we just sent our daughters out here all willy-nilly to be snatched in a car.
Okay.
So now my daughter is nervous to come outside. That's all I'm standing here saying to you now because you're parked here.
Sure.
And that's abnormal for this neighborhood.
It's abnormal for a car to be parked with someone just sitting in the car.
Yes.
Let me ask you.
For 3 hours, yes.
All right, let me ask you a question now.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question now. You know what the Bill of Rights is?
I know exactly what it is.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you should teach your daughters about the Bill of Rights and people's right to do this, okay? And not only that, hold on. The cops came. Whoever called the cops, they came. Would she feel safer now that they came, they made contact, and they're about to leave, and I'm still here?
No, she's
Why wouldn't she feel safer?
Feel uncomfortable because
Okay.
there's a man she doesn't know, as far as she's concerned, just sitting in the car for nothing.
You know why that logic doesn't work? Because a lot of
Because
cars
they don't listen.
a lot of cars drive through here.
But let me just sit there. I'll call them and tell them we're watching it, and then they won't do anything, so it'll be a waste of everybody.
I'm not watching at your kids. Are you serious?
They come out and talk to you. Maybe you can go home to your family on Easter. So my daughter can have a peaceful Easter.
The one thing you do,